What a crazy, contrasting way to return to the US. I mean, wow. This is quite the adventure. We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since.
Subscribe and join the ride.
After spending 3 months in Europe, exploring Greece, and searching for a place to call home in Portugal, we knew the time would come when our 90-day Schengen visas would end, forcing us back to the States, whether we were ready or not. Unable to return to Portugal for another 3 months to continue our pursuit as we awaited our Schengen visas to renew. We should also say that searching for a future home in Portugal takes a lot more time, raises a lot more questions, and requires a lot more thought than you might imagine. The hows, the whens, the wheres, especially after living as nomads for so long, and now trying to plant roots somewhere where the language and bureaucracy is all so foreign. And as much as we weren't ready to leave Portugal yet, especially with one property in particular still weighing heavily on both our hearts, there was one thing making the transition a bit more exciting for us. And that was the fact that we were being flown by the Nevada Tourism Bureau from Lisbon all the way to, wait for it, Las Vegas.
That's right. We said Vegas, baby.
Rewind to February of 2020, the before times, when we were in Panama helping Jordan and Kaylee with the early stages of developing their land in Panama. This is when Travel Nevada originally reached out to us, offering to fly us back for a 4-day content creation road trip called the Death Valley Rally. Stoked to finally be working with a tourism bureau, we quickly agreed. But alas, just 2 weeks before the trip, COVID happened, forcing the whole thing to be canceled, leaving us wondering if we would ever have the chance to actually do it. And now, finally, nearly 2 years later, the Death Valley Rally road trip was on. And while we both can't wait to get back to Portugal, we were grateful to have a pretty awesome adventure awaiting our return.
I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun.
After landing at midnight from Portugal the night before and dealing with a heavy dose of jet lag,
The next morning, we somehow managed to leave our hotel in Vegas bright and early.
fueled by the beautiful sunny days before us and the full itinerary that we had no choice but to have a blast following.
And it wasn't hard to have a blast either.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat.
We have arrived. So much fun.
20 bids on it though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll go look.
So at least they're bidding, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see what else.
Yeah, but some of these are like $79.99. Guess some of them they're not.
All
Unless
cards.
we should, was that
Wow. When was the last time you saw trading cards?
Is there Kobe?
There's some things like that.
I bet you.
We're
Oh, look at
done.
this one.
Let's set them down over there.
Leave no trace.
Cassette tapes? $2 DVDs? $2 CDs? That's fun.
Hey,
What'd you find?
you know what else they got? Nintendo 64, Madden 99. Ooh. Look, babe, we can get you a saddle. Jump up on there.
Can we have one of those?
Little puppy, you're so cute.
Oh,
We could be friends.
puppy.
Go over there. Go over there.
She likes you.
You'll see at least 10 or 15 tarantulas that
Really?
going across the road. They go to the road to mate. It's their mating season.
On the road?
Yeah.
Wow. So I got bit by a brown recluse there in the
Dude.
summer, and that thing
Nice.
it's healed up, but
We love the unpredictability and spontaneity of road trips, especially when they're in beautiful places like this. And right now, Omaze is giving you all the chance to win the latest Airstream adventure van.
The Airstream Interstate 24X blends luxury amenities with configurable cabin that can be customized to suit any scenario, whether it's mountain biking, surfing, or whatever adventure is calling you to the road.
With special features like air ride suspension, an LED light bar, air conditioner, expansive solar power, a kitchen with an electric refrigerator and freezer, plus a full bathroom with shower, toilet, and sink.
And the best part is that because Omaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while donating money to charities all across the world.
By participating, you will also be supporting the Jimmy Johnson Foundation, which assists children, families, and communities in need throughout the United States. Currently, they focus on funding K-12 public education through their Champion Grants program.
For your chance to win the Airstream Interstate 24X and support the great cause that is the Jimmy Johnson Foundation, go to omaze.com/Mr. and Mrs.
Along with visiting some of Nevada's most beautiful natural areas, our itinerary was also full of some of the spookiest and quirkiest stops, as you will soon find out. Coffin wood.
Look at all those Hearst.
And coffins. There's actually a pet cemetery for the family in there.
Weird.
It is so creepy.
You made a funny joke.
We just made a funny coffin joke. I asked if they made coffins for drones. They should do that.
A drone stretcher.
Drones are loved family members.
They get to see some pretty incredible things.
Yeah, and they're lucky little flying frogs.
Why do we call it a frog?
It looks like it from the sky. So cute. At this point, we couldn't wait to get to the hotel they had booked for us. Food and sleep were the only things on our minds.
Your destination is on the right.
Oh, thank you. This is funny because we would normally in real life never choose to stay at a casino. I think because of COVID, a benefit is that no places are really crazy rowdy or overly crowded or anything like that, you know?
Definitely has its perks.
Yeah, it's a little bit more peaceful everywhere you go.
But we definitely are out way out in BFE in the desert.
Sounded like you said dessert.
Are you hungry?
I'm so hungry. It's a really crazy contrast from Portugal though.
Yeah, talk about extremes.
I think right now in our bodies, okay, it's...
Add 7 hours to that.
I'm way too tired to do that math. 2 a.m. I did sleep really well last night, but Drew was up at about
4 a.m.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
We do have a property update for you, but let's do that another time. Let's do food now. Food. New house. Oh. Soon we won't live out of suitcases.
Be back in spirit.
Something to look forward to. Whoa. This is way cooler than I expected.
There's chicken.
Named after a notorious gunfighter in Renegade, the Longstreet Inn was basically the only hotel or restaurant around for miles. And luckily, it was located just a few minutes' drive from Death Valley National Park, our next stop on the itinerary for the following day, which we were both very excited about.
Baby, we ain't got no place to go.
I don't know where we're going.
Straight, I can't turn it off.
The green light.
Enter.
Someone has a dog. No. Seriously, what is that dog? We're moving. No, we're moving. This is so fancy. We need a fireplace.
We got the suite!
Woo! Look at this.
It's a little bigger than the van.
Might as well smile. Life goes on for a little bit while. Yeah. Welcome everybody. My name is Johnny. I am so happy to be back here. Your lovely bartender is Amy. As always, treat her right. Tell her to keep the change. If there's anything you want to hear, it's an all-request show.
At this point, all we could hear was food. It was time, and we were both very excited about that, because soon after food was sleep.
Wake up. Wake up, babes. Rise and shine. It's butt whooping time. I know. Morning. Love you.
Me too.
It's gonna be a big day. If we get going, we can watch the sunrise.
Coffee.
Coffee. Good morning.
Morning. With fuel in our tanks, we headed for the most popular place in Death Valley National Park to watch the sunrise. Also making sure to have plenty of snacks and water since there were no stores around whatsoever. We're here.
We made it. Look at all the people on the point.
We're coming.
Wait for us.
The sun is rising in that direction, but everyone's cameras are pointed here. That is a Brinsky Point.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's eating breakfast in the parking lot.
Muffins for all.
We're about to go on a photo excursion for Travel Nevada, but I wanted to read you guys this. Death Valley National Park is the hottest place on Earth. The hottest, the driest, and the lowest. On July 10th, 1913, it was 134 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
The summer of 2020 set a number of heat records. On Sunday, August 16th at 3:41 p.m., Furnace Creek thermometer recorded 130 degrees.
They don't call it Furnace Creek for nothing.
Definitely got to bring water on this hike. A lot of it. Gotta eat my muffin first.
I gotta give my muffin a kiss.
Oh, I'm your muffin.
You're my muffin.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
What a crazy, contrasting way to return to the U.S. I mean, wow. But can't complain. This is quite the adventure. Changing?
Hey, I don't have any pants on. This is my changing room.
Where are we? Here. All right, Zabrinsky Point, and we're about to do a little loop that takes us to Golden Canyon and Lower Gulch or something like this. It's going to be about 6 miles. We are in the canyon. So cool.
It's cool to think we're down in the canyon that we were watching the sunrise on.
We're like in the Neapolitan ice cream scoops. It's pink, it's brown, it's white.
It's delightful.
Delicious for the eyes.
Hey.
Whoa. That's incredible. Incroyable.
This is certainly the spot we gotta take a photo from. We brought our tripod. Let's make that magic happen. The Chasm of Doom.
The Golden Canyon.
Peace, be still, my darling. All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Be still, my darling.
Not even that hot out, and it is sweltering.
Yeah, thank goodness it's a cool day, but they do not joke about the intensity of these UV rays.
Yeah, serious heat in these canyons.
Man.
Ow.
Wow, the wonders of creation.
All is well, my darling. Your anxious heart may as well be stone. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know.
And that's where we gotta go.
We were grateful to make it back to our car before 11 a.m. when the canyon really started to feel like an oven. And our next stop was Dante's View, where we could look down at the lowest point in the continental U.S.
Come take a look at this.
At the lowest point in the continental USA,
The Badwaters.
282 feet below sea level.
Wow.
Crazy. It's wild looking.
Yeah, all the runoff from the surrounding mountains all ends up down there. Should we snap our fingers? Oh my.
Good thing you filled up earlier. That's the most expensive gas I've seen.
Wow.
That's crazy. Thank you for doing that. I'm really grateful that's here.
Me too.
You went through that in one day. Where to next? Here we are, the lowest point in North America. Wow. It's amazing that there's water out here.
Should we go try that Badwater?
I don't know.
I think it'd be a bit salty. Legend says that there was a surveyor out here and he was scoping out the area and his mule would not drink from the water out here. So on the map he drew a circle and called it Badwater.
Must have been bad, he thought, but it was just real salty.
That mule, he ran. We made it! Right there.
282 feet. Can you see that?
On the money.
Cool.
Sodium chloride, better known as table salt, makes up the majority of the salt here. Because rain and minerals that dissolve from rocks drain to lower elevations, temporary lakes are formed here in Badwater Basin. And as the water evaporates, the minerals concentrate until only the salt remains.
You see that little plaque up there?
It says sea level.
That's crazy.
It's way up there.
I was wondering what that was. Luckily we have a crazy zoom on this camera.
So basically we're underwater right now. Is that what you're saying?
We are. That's so cool. It's been real bad water. Real good.
That night, we headed to the town of Beatty to rest up for the next day's ghost town adventure.
Ooh.
Morning, donkey. Where are you going? Can't say I've ever seen a donkey crossing the road.
So the hard life out here? I bet. So unique to have a wild donkey out here.
Donkeys in deserts, saloons, and long roads leading to deserted towns that once boomed. This day on the Death Valley Rally was filled with a whirlwind of sights and stories. Ghostly tales of what once was and will likely never be again.
Gold was discovered in this area in 1904. Several mining camps quickly grew around the discoveries. The town of Rhyolite was founded in 1905 and became the City of Dreams. Dreams of gold, prosperity, greed, and speculation. By 1906, Rhyolite was turning into a modern town with indoor plumbing, electricity, and other luxuries. However, the dream was short-lived. The mines began to fail by 1910, people were leaving, and the mines were closing.
Does that mean there just wasn't gold?
They over-speculated and thought there was a lot more in the area. We invite you to explore and try to imagine what this once thriving town was like in 1907. It had 18 grocery stores, 50 saloons, 19 lodging houses, 6 barbers, 4 bakeries, 35 gaming tables, 8 doctors, and 3 railroads.
It was huge.
5,000 people lived here. 5,000 to 8,000 people were estimated to live here during the boom years, 1905 to 1911.
And now it's managed by the Bureau of Land Management. This is America's version of ancient ruins. I was just thinking, ghost towns like this are kind of sad.
Yeah.
They had like such a big dream for this town, and so quickly it all disappeared.
People came and then they went.
Like within the matter of a year.
Kind of a little bit about things happening nowadays too. Like,
yeah, I mean,
things that people put all their hopes and dreams into. A lot of new
Yeah.
technologies.
like the Bitcoin of back then, you know?
Maybe.
Crazy.
One last super impressive thing that we saw before heading to the snow. Yes, that's right. This day is going from the desert to the snow. Was the Tom Kelly Bottle House, built in 1906 out of 51,000 glass beer bottles. Back in the day, a wheelbarrow of glass bottles cost $3.
And so it cost $2,300 to build this.
How do they fix this bottle right here that's got a broken spot in it?
It sort of reminded us of Earthship architecture. Now, remember that snow we were talking about? This is Mount Charleston, less than 2 hours from the barren deserts, and just 45 minutes from the dazzling lights of Las Vegas. We had no idea.
This hike is taking a turn. The clouds are dark, the wind is whipping. Ah! Hold on!
Crazy!
So windy.
It's like 30 miles an hour.
Where's my kite?
So much snow. Snowball fight. From Death Valley to
This.
Winter Wonderland. That night, we treated ourselves to room service and returned to the dazzling lights of Las Vegas the next day, trying to wrap our heads around all that we had seen, and not just over the past few days, but over the past few months, envisioning an entire new life that we had started building in a new country. It was a lot for us to take in, and we just couldn't wait to get back home to our van. At least some form of stability in this crazy adventure called life of ours. We made it back home safely. What a wild ride from Europe to Vegas. And now we're back in our van in Minneapolis? What is going to happen next? Where are we going to end up? Will we end up purchasing something in Portugal? Stay tuned to find out. Look at this situation right now. Oh, you know what that means. How happy are you? We may never see him again. Just kidding. See you soon.